They call me Lonely Grotto is my name. My life should be over. My life should be shit. It must have been raining the night I was born. You call me Lonely Grotto is my name, motherfuckers. Goddamn. I'm trying to follow Joe Biden's lead with, now they're saying wear 3 masks, but I figure 15 masks might be even safer because, you know, the cold is a horrible thing to catch. And it's a cold, rainy morning here in Grottoville. But it's a Saturday morning, and Saturday means fun. And we've caught a Saturday morning fever here. Saturday morning fever is on the rise on Grotto TV. Yes, last episode I almost had a nervous breakdown, and actually at the end of the video there were tears coming down my eyes. It was quite horrifying. Horrifying. 9 killed her, 9 shall die. Dr. Fives, ladies and gentlemen. Well, but it's okay living in Joe Biden's world. I've reconciled and realized that, hey, you know, it's going to be great. He's only going to be around about 3 or 4 months, and then they'll bring in Kamala Harris, and she's like some schoolgirl cackling in the girls' restroom as she smokes her first cigarette, and she, you know, and she'll be a great president. Well, it'll be terrific, terrific. Oh, yes. So, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Comic books. Well, comic books are fun to read here on Grotto TV. Yes. And you know, I bought some yesterday. God damn, carbon dioxide is a wonderful thing to breathe. It tickles your innards. I need to get my haul so I can show you what I have hauled here on Saturday morning television. Now that the cartoons are all gone, this is all you got left. Poor bastards. Let's see. I got a box, and it was not a BCW box. I gotta whisper because my wife's asleep down here. Gotta be very quiet. Don't say anything. Here's the haul. Step over the dog. Shit. Wow, this is a cool camera angle. Wow, that's kind of neat. Cool, man. Well, I got more supplies because I went over to Cosmic Comics in Grand Prairie yesterday and got some stuff I've been needing to continue the why is there always a jack-o'-lantern in the way when I need to put something down? Sorry, this was in the way. Do you have that problem? Jack-o'-lantern's always in the way. I think most people probably do. Most of the viewers here on Oh, I gotta get my drink now. Watching Thor cartoons here on Saturday morning. Trying to recapture the old days. Yeah, that last episode. My wife's sister was gonna move up here with her 2 children, and they wanted to, stay pretty much indefinitely. And she had to tell her, we just don't have room. Ultimately, of course, that's my fault, as you can see, because I can barely walk here. But, yeah, we had this standing offer for hurricanes and things like that. Come stay as long as you need. But we weren't really talking about, it's created a huge problem. And all this stuff going on in politics, all this stuff, and then this how depressing the world is. But and then after, I was all like, my world is ending, everything in my life is over, in that last episode, and thinking about my family that's passed away or is unreachable, and then someone gave me a thumbs down. But I don't think they watched far enough to get to the part where tears are streaming down my face. I was like that Indian in the pollution commercial. Single tear shed for the horrible shit of today. A single lone tear for Joe Biden's America. But I gassed up. It was a little more expensive. I still didn't get my Dr. Pepper. That's where I was. What the fuck? I thought I went to get it. Yes, I did get it. It's right there. They tell us, Dr. The Keebler Cookie Elf, I won't mention his name. He said, yeah, you don't need those, I won't say the word because they may catch me saying the word, these M's. You don't need them. Like last year, remember, only a few months ago. And now he's saying, well, 2 Willy would help. Might catch a droplet or something. And then now they're saying, well, 3 masks get you up to 90% effective. Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So I don't really have fun going out to stores or anywhere wearing those things, but I wear them, so that people don't freak out. As I look like someone that's infected, honestly. So I look at myself there in the screen there. It's quite horrifying. Okay, so what did I purchase? Well, I bought that box, and notice that the box is correctly manufactured. There's no seam on the bottom. It is not a BCW box. And then I just bought a couple of comics for real cheap. God damn it. And I probably already own them and just don't know it. But it's been a couple dollars purchasing this issue of Cull. I don't think I have this issue of Kong the Untamed. I'm almost positive I don't have this Thor, but watch me have it. I'll find out in a little bit when I go into the Golden Age room. So this goes into the Golden Age room. Putting those masks on caused actually, I didn't put on any deodorant. That's why it's so horribly smelly in here now. But just that one funny little gag with those masks, it's like horrific. And this I got a Bernie Wrightson catalog from October 77, and it's $1. And to me, this has got to be priceless. Let me get this out of its bag. He's, of course, one of my favorite artists, or passed away recently. Yeah, it's got all kinds of cool. It's like from an art gallery, and it's, I guess, showing you the pieces that were on exhibit in the gallery, stuff like this. The cool thing about it, you said, well, it's not really a comic book, you can't really read it. Well, if you needed a good quality image of that, let's say you wanted to make a t-shirt, or if you're a teacher and you want some coloring pages to pacify your kids, just go and make some photocopies of that and have them color it. It's the kind of thing I used to do. Find good quality black and white images of things, and yeah, it's just, and there you got a great portrait of Uncle Creepy and this wonderful comic on the back. So for $1, yeah, all day, any day, I would spend $1 on that. But here's something. I got a Fantastic Four comic that I didn't own. It was marked $20 up on the wall, and I, it's in really terrible condition. So I asked her if she was flexible, and she said she'd go 15 on it. So I'm gonna show you this and see what you think. Now $15. If I go to McDonald's and get a meal for my wife and myself, I'm going to spend more than $15, and this is Fantastic Four number 24. Now it's really in terrible condition, but tell me, what you think of this. I can take it out of the bag when I get in the other room. It's from the Robert Reyes Pedigree collection. Yeah, I mean, it's just not in good shape, but And then when I buy comics, she throws in these backing boards, and I don't know what type of backing boards these are. I think they're. That's why I keep winding up with these extra backing boards. Yes, see, see the backing board that they used for the. I'm not complaining about getting free stuff, but see, it's for a modern comic book. And I didn't buy any modern comic books yesterday, but I shouldn't complain about getting free stuff, but it just confuses me and creates chaos in my nugget. Wondering why I have these things. Okay, so here's the main reason I went, but I wound up spending more than I should have. I got these backing boards. I got 200 of them, Silver Age, and then I got 200 bags for Silver Age. Yeah. Of course, she has to ask, are you sure you're buying Silver Age? Because so many of the people that go in that store probably only buy modern stuff. But I said, no, I don't really buy many of today's comics, so that's what I need. And if I buy a comic from today, it'll still fit in the Silver Age bag. And today's episode, number 265, is brought to you by Dr. Pepper, the distinctively different taste. Good times begin with Dr. Pepper. It's not a cola or a root beer. It's the light and lively taste that you'll cheer. The lift is great, the flavor fine. It's Dr. Pepper time, shall we? Dr. Pepper was a real man. He was a surgeon in the Civil War, and he came up with a formula for this, and somebody kind of stole it and went to Waco and named it after the guy he stole it from. But he's buried there in Rural Retreat, Virginia. His pharmacy burned down, but they're trying to rebuild it. Waco, Texas, it's kind of the birthplace, but it really is Rural Retreat, Virginia. It's a place I almost moved to, and I may still move there because it looks like a wonderful community, and there's some great houses there. But I almost bought a 7,000 square foot old hotel from before the Civil War. It had started as a church, Then it became a school for girls. Then it became a hotel called the Hotel Sprinkle. You can look it up, see pictures of it online. It was that hotel until I guess the 60s maybe, and then the lady that owned it just lived there for the rest of her life. And then it's been unoccupied for 10 years, and I thought, wow, I can turn this into the ultimate museum, like a Forrest J. Ackerman deal, and then have friends, people, you guys from the community could come and stay in the extra rooms upstairs, and we could have like a whole comic book, conventions there and concerts in the huge couple acre yard. But then I got someone to actually go in there and show me pictures of what it really looked like inside, which was hole in the roof, caving in shit, whole walls of mold that they didn't show in the Zillow pictures. Oh well. This has actually got, it doesn't have the, what do they call the corn syrup, whatever. It doesn't have the syrup in it. It has actual sugar in it. So it's supposed to be healthier. This is healthy shit, man. This is health food. It actually does taste like the Dr. Peppers that I used to remember getting out of machines at a gas station. We were on a trip, somewhere, because my mom usually didn't let me drink soft drinks. Closest I had was like Hi-C. It was very rare I got a Coke or, she just didn't let me do that. So, okay. So, I don't even know why I'm in this room. I need to be in the other room. Captain Strangelove sent me a wonderful email. It really brightened up my day yesterday. And I should be a real, goddamn, thumbs down, who cares, fuck them. But, it really does hurt your feelings. I got to get a thicker skin when someone gives you a thumbs down. Because, I don't know why they didn't like it. Makes you kind of not want to put yourself out there when people, even when you're in your home, people can bring their hatred right into you. I stay at home. I avoid hatred. I'm glad I don't go to school today, because when I was a kid, you went to school, there were bullies, you'd have to take care of the bullies, or the bullies would take care of you, or whatever. Principals never did anything about bullies, They expect you to take it out behind Kenny's. Because in my junior high, there was the back fence of the school, then there was a Kenny's shoe store. And then right on the other side of the fence of the school, all the kids would fight. So I would say, meet you behind Kenny's. After school, meet you behind Kenny's. That meant I'm going to fight you, Kenny's. My point was that, bullies, once you got into your home, into your room, like Brian Wilson's song, In My Room, where nothing can come in and reach you, all the sorrows and all that stuff is left out because you're in this wonderful cocoon of your room. But now, people can get you through the computer, and you're a kid and you're at home in the middle of the night, someone could be, putting pictures up of you and photoshopping them, and the bullying will never end now for the current generation. So that sucks, doesn't it? Oh, it's just horrible. Oh my God, damn it. Okay, so I've got to get my stuff together here and go on in the other room, I guess, I reckon. Shit. Hold on. I may have to do this in several trips, because I've got too much to do here. You can come along with me. I don't think I'm ready in the other room yet, but I'll turn on the lights and everything. Oh, and there's Pete down there, watching Thor, or basking in the warm glow of a tube television. I can't just let that TV run while I'm in the other room. I can smell the toasty tubes glowing in that TV. Smell that you kind of had to have been there in the old days to know what that smell is like when you turn on a television. For those of you watching, know what old comic books smell like. At least you know that. Okay. Let's see if we can get this room set up. This is where I'm going to be today, in the old Silver Age room. Gosh darn. I should have set up everything before I turned the camera on, but I didn't. Well, my friend didn't come visit last night, so I don't have to put everything back. Usually on Friday night, a friend comes and stays in this room, the guest room, and I have to kind of move everything around and blow up a mattress. I didn't have to do that. Okay, we need this light on. That's what we need. Okay. Oh, no. Where's my roll of tape? I'm all confused this morning. I may have taken it into the other room. Let's head on back into the other room. We still got to get some other stuff. Plus I have to turn off that TV. Okay. Repeat. Okay. Guess I'll turn off this light. Okay. Anything else I need in here? Come on, Pete. We're going to close this room up. Soon I'll have the room ready, Pete, where you can just hang out in here. But that date has not yet come. Hold on a moment. This is Donna Lauren. That's from 1966. She was the Dr. Pepper girl. See? She was in a lot of the Beach Party movies. She's my friend on Facebook. You could become her friend. She still looks a lot like she did back then and still puts out records. How about that? How about that one? She hadn't given up on the 60s, and as far as I know, she doesn't wear her politics on her sleeve, kind of like I do. Mamie Van Doren, she's really political on YouTube. And then I saw Nancy Sinatra says, "I'm so filled with hatred in my heart for people that voted for Donald Trump. I don't know if I can ever be the same again." It's like, oh shit, Nancy. She said her father hated Donald Trump because he didn't offer him enough money when he offered him to play in Atlantic City or something. It's like, well, that's not really hatred of the guy. It's just he didn't. I don't know. Yeah, he probably hated him. He and his boys helped Kennedy get elected. Remember that? Kennedy, though, was one of the only, he's kind of like the last real president we had. I was thinking, where is my tape? I was thinking that it's probably in the other damn room. I'll use the slide viewer here. Okay, slide viewer now. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm talking about. It's like putting on those masks caused my brain to short circuit. What am I even talking about? Oh, in my life, as far as presidents that had any morality, I think, Nixon may be completely different than what we've been taught, because now I realize how the press lies and how history lies, and maybe Nixon wasn't that bad. I was taught by Mad Magazine, and every thing I read as a third grader and second grader, that he is the worst person in the world. Now I realize, But as far as morality, when I say morality, as far as presidents that were faithful to their wives, and if you're not faithful to your wife, then you're not much of a human being. And I think back, okay, LBJ certainly wasn't. So Nixon, I think, was, and then you have Ford, and Ford may have been faithful to. My cat wants to be petted here. Ford may have been faithful to his wife, but he was, of course, he was one of the guys behind the Warren Report. And then you had Carter, and Carter was a good guy, I think morally and everything, but he wasn't a good president. Then you had Bush, and he was not good. And then you had Reagan, and Reagan was a good moral, and he was a good president. And then you had another Bush that was another horrible human being. And then you had sorry, I'm cleaning my cat's nose and her eyes. Got little boogers. And then Clinton was a son of a bitch, and then you had Clinton. Then another Bush was terrible. And then what do you have? Obama, yeah. And then as far as Trump. He probably did sleep with that porn star. And it's funny how these Democrats suddenly clutch their pearls, and it's like, oh, what a horrible man. When they listen to Wet Ass Pussy by Cardi B, and the people they love are doing who knows what, and probably murder and stuff. It's like I think it's just a horror. Why am I talking about politics? I said I wouldn't do that. They don't want to step on the cat. He doesn't like that. I want to clean my hands because I was just cleaning boogers out of my cat's nose and that kind of thing. So this is what's above my toilet. That used to be a toilet seat. It's hand painted, but it broke, so now I just hang it on the wall. This is my bathroom area. Just a moment. Ah, shit. Why would I do that? I'd never do that. I always blame that on other people when I leave the shower on, and then I go to turn on the water, and then I get splashed on the head. So now my hair is wet. Well, we're back. Okay, so shit, I'm dropping water all over the goddamn place. Well, let's go ahead and start the show now, shall we? Let's just pretend that first 30 minutes didn't happen. Now, I have been told, Gratu, I make your shows shorter because I can only get through about 20 minutes. And then I've had other people say, Gratu, I like your shows this length because I drive to work and I have a long commute and I just listen to it and occasionally look down at something. But some people are loving the length. Some people are hating it. And they say, as a general rule, you're supposed to, as far as keeping people happy on YouTube, is you don't want to go over like 18 minutes because of just people, have a lot to do and attention spans. But I look at my videos in the last week or so, and the ones that are 2 hours, it looks like I'm getting over 100 views. Sometimes, like the last one, 150 views, and then the ones that are an hour or a little less are getting in the like 75 views. So it looks like I'm getting twice the views for the long ones. So I thought, well, maybe that's what some people want. I don't know. Oh, I should have gotten a few more Golden Age bags, but I've got some Silver Age. But let's see what I can do here. Okay. Well, first of all, let's get this bag. Let me open this up and get it into a better bag. Build it back better. Let's see how many coupons are cut out of it and everything. I didn't. But see, the thing about it, when this was picked up off the stands of a store in January of '64, that's the month that the Beatles were on Ed Sullivan for the first time, is when this was on the newsstand. And Saturday Morning Shoe Store. So it's got some chunks out of the back cover. It's damn, $15. I think I did okay. What say you? I'll be Bill O'Reilly. What say you? What say you, motherfuckers? Would you have paid $15 for this beat up, ratty, Fantastic Four 24? I couldn't leave it behind. I just couldn't do it. But, Pete's down here at my feet. That's cool. Pete is my cat. For those of you new to the Gratu Orloff television program. Okay, so I'm going to leave these in this bag because whenever I take them out of the bag, then they spill everywhere, and I've learned that lesson. And let's open these backing boards. Oh, and when we last showed off, when we last left off, I think we looked at Metal Men. We were looking through I was showing you every comic in this room, and I had gotten through the M's. All right. I got to work on these upstairs rooms. I got to get it where I've told my wife I'm going to have all three of these rooms where you can come up here and sit down and watch a movie or read a book and have some quiet solitude. Okay. So I'm going to do that because I'm a man of my word. Okay, here's a issue of the Mod Squad. Yeah, she was beautiful. Peggy Lipton. She was in Twin Peaks, right? Pretty sure. Alright. She passed away recently, I think. This is what it looks like inside a Mod Squad comic book if you're ever thinking of purchasing one. Peace, man. Okay, so it needs a backing board is what we need here. Oh, I need to do the man, bear, pig thing and put these bags into the boards into the bags first. Oh. It's so interesting to listen to songs that are 120 years old that once were some of the, this was like probably the #1 song in the country, and I've never heard it before. It's so cool to hear it. I wish more people were interested in the past. Yeah, I didn't have this issue of the Fantastic Four, and yeah, I'd like it in better condition, but I just love the Fantastic Four. That's what, got me into superhero comics. Now that it's bagged and boarded, I guess it looks a little better. Part of the problem was the wavy bag it was in. See how wavy and horrible that looks. I'm gonna take the bag is going in to be D6. Maybe the board is okay to be reused for something. Well, one more Fantastic Four comic for. Damn, I love that so much. That was the highlight of my day yesterday, along with Captain Strangelife's wonderful email and. Oh, I need to bring the books into this room. That was the thing. That's why I had to. Let's go back in the other room again. See, the cat is there, and I don't want to step on him. One time, about 10 years ago, Facebook reminded me, 10 years ago, you have this wonderful memory, and that was when I was walking along, and I stepped on Pete. I swear I thought I'd killed him, because it felt like I'd squashed him flat, and he ran and hid, and when I tried to get him from underneath a stereo console, he was hissing and so angry at me, but he got over it, and I offered him some food, and finally after a day or so he forgave me for squashing him flat. It was really not a funny incident. Facebook's real good about reminding you, 8 years ago you were starving and eating ramen noodles. Gee, thanks, Facebook, fucking criminals. But I'm still on there mainly because I have some home videos on there and old photos that I need to. I think I've recorded most of them, but that's how they keep you on there. Yeah, I'm on Facebook if you want to befriend me there. I've got an Instagram, and now I'm on something called Telegram. And I can't really figure out how it works. My wife is going to show me. I think it's some new. They keep shutting down ways for people to communicate. for a while, Parler was real good, and then they shut that down and said all those people that were on there, they were no good nicks. So now Telegram is apparently the place you go to get real news and information. And then YouTube is gradually censoring more and more, kicking people off. So people are going to all these things like something's called Gob or Gab, and then, or that might be a Twitter substitute. And there's I don't remember, BitShoe or something. Bitch, shoe are ugly. BitShoot, I think it's BitShoot. There's just so many in it, you don't know which one to go to. There are just so many platforms, and as people get censored on YouTube, they go to these other things. But it's kind of like, is it going to be Blu-ray or is it going to be HD DVD? Is VHS going to win out, or is it going to be beta? You have to kind of wait to see who's... And then as soon as you sign up and get a whole bunch of contacts, then somehow they come along and wipe the whole program out. But right now, apparently, you need to get on to Telegram because Apple's about to take the app from their stores, so you won't be able to just instantly pop into it from hitting a button on your phone. You'll have to actually log into the internet and go to it. But at some point, they'll just wipe it all out because if they can censor the president of the United States and stop him from communicating, they can do that to anybody. So really, living in 1930s Germany is what we're living in. Let's face it. But Joe Biden looks like such a sweet, lovable man. It's just one of the, these senators, they were swearing in the new senators, and Joe Biden would be there, and he would do this. Here. Okay, so there'd be a little kid there, right? And he'd come up behind him, are you 18? Make sure you don't go out on any dates until you're 30. You hear that? And then he'd sniff the tops of their heads. Joe Biden would do all that. And then the newly sworn in senator would be kind of like noticing, but he knew, I better not say anything, it could be my career. And sometimes they'd pull the kid away a little bit from this creepy lecture, and then the moms would notice, but they were so cucked, they just let him do it. If just one senator had said, hey, you fucking old man, don't touch my daughter. I don't care if you have me killed or destroy my career. If just one had stood up and said that back then, and all that film is there. And we were talking about this with some libtard the other day, and she says, oh, those were just his grandchildren. And don't you know how wonderful a newly born kids, these weren't newly born kids, and they were not his grandchildren. Anyway, you don't want to hear about politics. You want to hear about Tejano exile. Juan Seguin. My grandfather's hometown was Seguin, Texas, and this that town was named after this gentleman from the. On my mom's side. You see. I don't know if you guys know about Texas history, but the first 300 families that moved into Texas, European, families. I mean, obviously there were Native Americans here before then. They were called the Old 300, and my mother's family was one of those families, and on that side of the family, somehow I'm related somehow to Robert E. Lee and all that. And my dad's, so that side of the family was of French and Irish descent, and my dad's side that were up in Philadelphia, my grandfather was German. It was like lived in an area that was Germany or Russia, depending on what week. It varied. It was like right on the border, and then he married a lady that had come over from Ireland. So since both my mom and dad were half Irish, that would make me half Irish, right? And then I would have a quarter French and quarter German, Russian. But I know that Orloff is an actual family name that goes back a couple few. I think maybe my grandfather's mother's maiden name might have been Orloff, I'm thinking. But it sounds so much like Karloff, and it's such a wonderful name. I really would like to legally change my name to that. Gratu is a Stan Lee monster name from the 50s, and so if I ever go big time and get 1,000 subscribers or something, I may need to change, maybe just make it Dr. Orloff, or make it Grotti, or I don't know, something, I don't know. Because Gratu is technically Stan Lee's intellectual property. Although, yeah, I'm doing the man bear pig thing because it's amazing how efficient it is, and you just do this. I really should go through all 200 of them, and then all you have to do is slide the comics in, and it's so efficient, and it's just probably not something you should do on camera to entertain people, but I'm just thrilled with the nifty little tricks I learned from people online, and there's so many cool people in the comic community, and I'm telling you, I haven't met only a few of you that watch this channel have I actually met in person, but if you watch this channel, if you're able to sit through a couple hours of listening to me, I mean, to me, you're like family. I mean, to me, you're extended family out there somewhere that hopefully I will meet someday. And who knows where I'm going to move to. I might move to somewhere 30 minutes or less from where some of you guys live, and that would be great to already have friends or family where I'm moving to, because, you know, this whole shit with my wife's so upset about all her sister's so mad at her because she had already packed up her truck or whatever to move it's just all this problem, and she's, you know, and it's just a shame. Yeah, but anyway, this Tejano Exile thing is technically an underground comic, and even though I don't think it has any nudity or cursing in it, it's just made by an underground company, so I'm going to put it in with my underground comics. Okay. Oh, and this is a Christmas issue I'm going to put with my Christmas comics, which are behind me. I'm finding more and more Christmas issues, so if I'm still alive in December, we're going to have an amazing Christmas show. And I'm not trying to sound dramatic. I just mean the way I eat and everything. I'm not saying, oh, I may commit suicide. No, I'm not one of those idiots. Yes, indeed. Oh, it's a regular bag, so Silver Age does not fit in it. That is a problem with the industry. I'm going to take this out regular. That's the problem with today. It's regular. Actually, it's not regular. I mean, you've got all these troops in the streets of Washington, D.C. What is going on? Because you think about it. Who put them there? Trump didn't order 25,000 soldiers, the National Guard, there to guard the inauguration. And Biden wasn't in office yet, so who sent them? you think about that, I mean, it's like, who sent them? And a lot of them are still there, and the question is why. It's a mystery. Where's Scooby and the gang? They can solve the mystery. Or maybe John Shaft. That cat Shaft is a bad motherfucker. Oh, shut your mouth. But I'm talking about Shaft. Who is the man who would risk his life for his fellow man? Shaft. Or maybe it's Woody Woodpecker. Oh, there's already a board in there. Okay, Christmas. Go to the Christmas section. God damn. Ooh, that's nasty looking. I guess I'll bag and board it anyway. It's a horribly moisture-stained cover. But I'll still bag and board it. I have a better quality copy of it, but all comics. Oh, my cat Alan has just taken a very smelly poop in the bathroom next to us in the kitty litter. And it is definitely created a pungent fragrance for this morning's episode. I may have to do something about that. Do I have a bag to put that turd in? Yeah, I'm not going to be able to breathe, man. I have to correct this. This wrong must be righted. Yeah, there's no bag here. Let's go get one, shall we? Says I have low battery. Oh shit, I need to plug this in. God damn, everything goes wrong at the same time. Where did I put the plug for this camera? Okay. Here's a bag from Kroger. Okay. Gotta get the charger. See yourself there? I think I brought the charger into this room. Where is the charging cable? Oh, there it is. Ay, ay, ay. Ooh, that's a smelly turd. That's what she said. Okay. The smell of hell. Okay, so the green extension cord. Here we go. Can I plug in the phone before the battery dies? Excuse me while I plug you guys in. Okay, you don't want to see me get the turds, so I'll leave you here to groove. I don't want you to see anything too horrible. Worst turn ever. Alright, I'm going to take this downstairs. I'll be back in about 1 minute. Say your prayers. Yeah. There's a bag of turds outside your door. Make sure that you put it in the crematorium. 5,000 degrees on this one. It may be the worst smelling cat turd in the history of the 21st century. We may need to use the atomic bomb to destroy this cat turd. Yes, keep me posted. Thank you. World's smelliest cat turd, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. The technical difficulties here on the... but I couldn't keep breathing that. That's how people catch COVID, man. Okay, back to the joy of bagging. The joy of bagging, that's a good one. The joy of bagging, indeed. What do we got here? Okay. Avengers 81. Yes, indeed. Avengers. Fantastic Four. Okay. Little Monsters. This has been waiting on a bag. And if you've been paying attention to this channel, I have not had money for bags and boards for a while. But now I'm like a overjoyed homeless idiot in a shoe store or something, a kid in a candy store. Hunter Biden in a prostitutorium. Little monsters, little monsters. Okay, there we go. Okay. Remember this one? still getting bagged and boarded. I don't care how nasty and ugly you look. You're still well loved here on the Grut. Yeah, you should be going in a Golden Age bag. Sorry about that, motherfucker. How about this Batman comic? Will you fit? Wait, you're two Batman comics. No, you're a Batman and a Daredevil comic. I need to stop that because, you know, everyone always talks about how great Zachary was, this early horror host. And whenever I saw him finally, I thought, this guy is so annoying. Even when he was young, he acted like this annoying old man with this fake laugh. I hated him. I just couldn't stand him because of his his fake laugh, and here I am doing it. I guess it comes across as nervousness, and that's why I guess I didn't like Zachary. He just seemed like he should have been a weatherman, and somehow someone thought he looked like a ghoul, so it's like, hey, you host the horror movie on Saturday night because you're an ugly motherfucker. It looked like you're dead. And he didn't know what to say, so just go, yes. And I'm doing that now like a... No wonder someone gives me a thumbs down. Why, I can't believe everyone doesn't. Everyone should hate this channel. Okay, Daredevil. Who needs a cover? Covers are for squares, man. We don't need no stinking covers here on the Grut to Orloff comic book channel.
Shock by shock, you will feel chilling terror.
See, this Iron Man doesn't need a cover. That's just like a cool cover on it. So we don't need covers. Comics would be cheaper without covers, wouldn't they?
And the vixen's kiss of death, but the end is not yet in sight. You have only begun to die.
FGHIKIJKL. Fantastic Voyage. Oh my goodness. You may be, I bet this is going to be a Golden Age size. Yes, why yes, that's true.
Queen of Blood, tingling, from American International.
We can finally sleeve this extra copy of Beneath the Planet of the Apes. Go, go, go with your president, no matter who you may be, for you are an American resident, your home is the land of the free. Go, go, go with your president, from 18 to 88, for you are an American resident. Don't fight for the USA. Go, go, go with your president. All right, let's see what we got. Stick with your own. Oh, shit. You are an American resident. Oh, here we go. Let's help him fight the crime. Go, go, go with your president. Well, what will happen next in the world? Richie Rich. Richie Rich indeed. Palisades Amusement Park. You can find some cool commercials for the Palisades Amusement Park on YouTube. Look at all the comics. Oh, there's an issue of Bunny. There's no way you could buy all of them if you're a kid. Harvey really cranked out a lot of comics. wonderful. Rudy Kazudi. Real Clue, Richie Rich, Rudy Kazudi. Here's some. Oh, this needs a bag. You know what I really liked in these war comics? I liked that there was, I liked the haunted tank, where this guy's great-grandfather who was in the Civil War protected the tank, the ghost, and I liked the unknown soldier, and who could disguise himself as anybody. He was, that movie Dark Man was kind of based on the unknown soldier, and then Enemy Ace, the Hammer of Hell. This lonely World War I Red Baron kind of German pilot that was so cold that nobody could be friends with him. He only had one friend, which was a wolf in the woods. Only the wolf. The wolf was the only creature on the planet that would understand him, and he could understand. He was just this lonely guy. Look at this amazingness. That actually might be cool to make a color copy of that and actually try to build that. Oh, look at this hippie stuff that you could get. Stuff like that. You can buy an omnibus of, I don't think they'd ever do it, of the Unknown Soldier, but plus omnibus is Marvel. But whatever, edition, reprinting this. But if you don't have the ads, man, the ads are, look at this hippie crap. The hippies are really responsible for all we're suffering now. They got themselves into the education system and warped the minds of a lot of kids into thinking socialism, well, that might actually work. Yeah, well. Enough about politics, because we don't talk about politics here on the Grudge Orlov channel, and stop tempting me. I don't know, I can't see a hippie ad without commenting of saying something. Hippies. When I was 5, I was born in 1965, right? So I'm 5 years old, right? I have short hair. I'm living on a army base in Heidelberg, right? My father's in the army. All the high school guys, I'm walking to maybe kindergarten, or I'm just out, playing, and I see the older guys, and they have the long hippie hair, right? So they were constantly flipping their head back to get the hair out of their eyes, like Farrah Fawcett Majors, doing the hair flip. It's just something hippies had to do, guys, with the hair and so I started walking around, just kind of flipping my head back like a mental patient. And I haven't been the same since. The hippies did that to me. I will eternally blame them. This also needs a backing board, so we'll open this on up. I meant to come on last night, but my wife was upset, so I kind of, stuck with her and watched some television. Wanted to come up and do a Grot 2 After Dark. I might do a Grot 2 After Dark tonight. Yeah, these were a smaller scale than the model kits made in the 60s. This was about 1970 or so. They started doing these torture kits. They called them monster scenes, but it was basically a torture chamber. And well, anyway, Um, that didn't go over too well with parents and stuff, so that line kind of stopped. And then a few years later, about 1976, Aurora tried to do little small model kits of monsters, and they even did, I think, like Rodan, and but those didn't sell, and Aurora was sold to Nabisco, and they didn't have any use for the model kits, and that just kind of, Aurora just kind of died. It's been revived, but this is also Unknown Soldier and Enemy Ace. DC did good war comics. This show it doesn't look like it from the cover, but these were puppets, marionettes. This is a Jerry Anderson show that did Thunderbirds. This show is, well, it's black and white, so some people can't stand black and white, but it's great. It's like the best of them. Fireball XL5, and the theme song, the closing credits theme song, is one of the greatest songs ever written, recorded. It's better than Stairway to Heaven, better than anything Led Zeppelin ever did. The Fireball XL5 theme, it's the song I Wish I Were a Spaceman. Look it up on YouTube, play it over and over again, because it's great. But yeah, they're Steve Zodiac, and this is, will a board fit? I'm sure it will. So where have I been getting accidentally these BCW boards? I'm thinking, unfortunately, I love the store more than any comic store like I've ever been in my life, but I think I must be getting them from Duncanville Books, because it's the only place I go other than Cosmic Comics, and Cosmic Comics clearly does not have the BCW boards, so I think that they've been hooking me up with these inferior boxes, which are really unusable, and I'm going to have to just maybe stop putting comics in the BCW boxes and maybe just put old VHS cassettes in them or something, because they're just not, they're not healthy for children and other living things. There was a poster in the 60s. It was in every kid's bedroom, every hippie or every flower child girl. War is not healthy for children and other living things. It's not that I'm pro-war or anything. I hate war. And the Vietnam War is not a war we ever should. Democrats again. Kennedy didn't want to get into that war. Look what happened to him. And then suddenly you get a Democrat in that's willing to go with the program. LBJ. What up? But it's funny how now, whenever you see in a history book, the horrors of the Vietnam War, what president do they show, right? And it's always Nixon. But Nixon came in and tried to end it by, like, hey, we're fighting this half-assed. Let's try to end it. And it's like, oh, he's doing, that's how, hell, I was a little kid. That's just kind of how I interpret it. And ultimately he did win it. It just seems like Democrat presidents are the ones that get us into conflicts, historically. But I could be completely wrong. Let's see. But Bork can hurt you. You can't hurt Bork, but Bork can hurt you. Wasn't he? Didn't they try to get him on the Supreme Court, Bork? I don't think that worked out. Ooh, this. Oh, I see why this is. This says the cover's not attached. I was wondering if this is one of those Wounded Wonder comics that I got in a pack of trashed comics and this thing. And this one doesn't look that bad, really, but well, it's the cover is detached. Oh my gosh. Oh, what a tragedy. Still got a cool Neil Adams cover. Okay. Brave and the Bold. Brave and the Bold. The stories that appear in Brave and the Bold do not necessarily fit with the continuity of the regular comics. Brave and the Bold is just kind of like exists in a world on its own. It's kind of like I like Marvel Team Up and Brave and the Bold. I always kind of thought of them as kind of the same. It's like they kind of just like almost like little fantasy comics. You know, let's combine Batman and Sergeant Rock. Oh yeah, how the hell are you gonna do that? They live 40 years apart. Well, we'll figure out a way. We're gonna team up Spider-Man and Conan. No, actually, I don't think they ever did that, but that would have been cool. I'm gonna put this in a Golden Age bag too. Let me put this in the to-be sleeve Golden Age, and when I get 100 of them, I'll go buy a pack of 100 Golden Age things. What is this? Oh, Thor. This is the Thor I got yesterday. I'm gonna put it in a better bag. This bag is inferiorly old. Inferiorly old. I'm gonna build this comic book bag better with a better bag. The World Economic Forum does not approve of bags that are wavy. Someday you'll own nothing and you'll be happy about it. This is the elite are promising that within 10 years we won't have fuel anymore. That's why the first day, Biden, the pipeline, it's like, we don't need fuel. We got to work on this electric, solar-powered car stuff. Thor, number 176, because we don't talk about politics during the Brought to War election. Oh yeah. This I showed you a comic with the same thing the other week. As far as I'm concerned, these are Marvel's best pencilers and inkers. Hey man, these are my favorite types of plots. These are the kind of yarns that turn me off. Wow, these are the type of mags you should do more of. If I were you, Stan, these are the changes to make it Marvel. Wow. As Kirby became more and more disinterested and ready to leave Marvel, the panels became bigger and bigger. That way he could get them done quicker. At least that's how I interpret it. You know, a page with 4 panels would never have been done a few years before that by Kirby, but I don't remember what issue was the last issue number for Thor. I could look it up on mycomicshop.com, or it was probably not too far away from 176. But I don't think I have this issue, or maybe I do, but if I do, I now own 2 of it. Thor 176, Tarzan. Once I get some of these sleeves, we can get back into the looking at the... Maybe we should just do that now. We're at 120. We were looking at Metal Men. Is that box 7? Yeah, that was box 7 probably. Let me move these damn things. No, let me sleeve a couple more. A couple more, and then we'll look at some more comics. Go, go, go with your president. She cackles and laughs all day and all night. She's just like a schoolgirl. Well, this is just not in very good condition. It's readable inside, it's just the cover is in tatters. Ooh, that's a great, iconic cover there on that Mystery in Space. This is, I'm guessing, 1963. What are you guys thinking? March 63. So, March 63 means this came out maybe in January of 63, a full year before the Beatles were on Ed Sullivan. This is really in shitty shape. No back cover. Looks like you got pages completely loose. What is going on here? Yeah, this page has been torn out. Is this page even from this comic? Hold on. Oh no, it's still attached a little bit. This is Superman number, what does that say? 150? Is that noise I'm hearing? Not the sounds of hell. I'm hearing some noise. Well, it looks like the sky has turned blue outside. It's been a cloudy rain. Oh, 1962. Oh, huh. Here's the back cover, folks. Ooh. I suppose some kind of archival tape or something to put the cover back on. I don't know. What are your suggestions? I don't like having a detached cover. No sir, no ma'am. I think I'm gonna put this in a Golden Age bag for safety's sake. Too tight with the Silver Age. The Daygras 2 weighed 1,000 pounds. Man, I gotta lose weight. 1,000 pounds, man. This comic feels a little bit better. It's more slick. It's still not in good condition, but it just still has a slick feeling to it. I thought that was the greatest thing, that the costume came out of his ring. But you know, people are ashamed of putting maybe they do that in the TV show. I don't know. Don't get me lying on that. But both that old Flash show from 1989, 1990, and this new one, they seem like they have to have a team behind the Flash. Like, he has to have a whole team of scientists kind of watching him and monitoring him or something. And I always thought that was weird. Why did they decide to do that? Because he's kind of an independent character. This is a 10-cent Flash. It really needs to be in a Golden Age bag. What's the year on this? Look at that. Oh my God. That looks like me in the mirror. Damn. Oh, it's September 60. That's old. 115. Yeah, I'm putting that in Golden Age. Okay, so Metal Men. Oh, we must be ready for box 7 then. Silver Age Comics, box 7. Oh, I think I did this because I accidentally slipped and said Metamorpho the Elephant Man instead of the Element Man, and I remember the Gray Man commented that he's slipped and had done that himself, so I must have shown the first few comics from this box. Number 7. Yeah, I remember looking at these. 16. The comic I don't think anyone collects, so you can probably get it somewhat cheap, and it's a cool comic and it has cool art, and it's just one of those characters that nobody remembers. Not sure why. Yeah, the artwork is great in these. Is it Roberta Fredone that also did Aquaman? Oh shit, this is number 2. They're completely out of order. Look at how the girl's drawn. I love more cartoony style than a realistic style, I think. That's why I'm drawn to things like Marie Severin's art and Will Eisner and John Severin and C.C. Beck. I like it to look realistic and yet cartoony, or even as bizarre as Chester Gould's Dick Tracy art. See, he's really just complete. If you just look at him, just look at his head. I mean, he's Superman. Oh, this is where I was. Mighty Marvel Western. That's where I left off last time. Let's go through some comics. It's old Western Fest here. That light is too bright, man. It's too bright. It's too bright, man. Light bright, making things with love. What's that? Making things with light bright. Millie the model. That's number. It's so dark in here. It's just so hilarious. Number 92. The Wit and Wisdom of Gratuola. Here's a coverless. I have way too many coverless comics. All thanks to Buddy Saunders, who's actually a good guy. But he sold me all these coverless comics. He tricked me. He played a joke on me. Put pee-pee in my Coke. Yeah, we saw this one. Zachary laughed. Yes. Zachary, what an idiot. Millie the Lovable Monster. No offense if you grew up with Zachary. The guy here locally, and of course this is before I was born, but the guy here locally that did it on Channel 11, KTVT, was Gorgon. He was the local host, and the greatest thing I've ever saw in my life was that Munsters episode with Zombo. But Gorgon was the local guy. He also played a lot of characters on that channel. He was the guy that played the cartoons and the Three Stooges comedies on something called Slam Bang Theater. And I think that was on twice a day. He played a character called Icky Twerp. There was a guy, the same guy was Icky Twerp and Gorgon, and his name was Bill Camfield. And he's passed away, but all of that was before my time here. He had retired as Icky Twerp by the time my family moved here in the summer of '76. But God damn it, what I remember though, when I lived in Tacoma, there was a really cool clown called J.P. Patches, and you can look him up online and see whole episodes. Not many, but he played cartoons, and he was great. I loved J.P. Patches' show. It was nuts. It was like Pee Wee Herman's show, except it was the real thing. It was not a retro new 1980s version of it. It was the real thing. He was the guy that had done it all through the '60s. Got some Munsters comics here. I need to write the issue numbers on the back of the board. That's what I really need to do one of these days for these Gold Key comics, since they don't put it on the cover. Yeah, I need a complete run of the Munsters. It's shocking and horrifying that I don't own a complete run of the Munsters. I mean, it's just, as much as I love the Munsters, it makes no sense. And the only real explanation is that they never appeared at the comic stores that I was in. It just, people never carried Gold Key comics in the comic stores. It was just superhero stuff. And but now with eBay, there's really no excuse why I don't have a complete run of the Munsters. My Secret Life. I just bought this last month. And I haven't even opened it up. God damn it. I haven't opened it up. I bought it at Duncanville Books, and it has never been opened. So now it will be. So I want to see how I can win that trip to Disneyland. My wife keeps talking about Disneyland, and I said, well, don't you want to go to Disney World? It's much bigger, and it's got... But no, Disneyland, that's where she grew up in LA. She wants to go back to, the real Disneyland, Draw me. Draw, partner. Yeah, it's a romance comic, sure enough. Yes, sir, yes, ma'am. Lovelier hair in 7 days. If it was aimed at guys, it would be like replica guns, fireworks, skeletons, gain weight. That's not an ad you see often. But back then, in the days of Marilyn Monroe and Jane Mansfield, sometimes a girl might feel like they needed to gain weight. Win this dog. Oh, okay, what's going on? This is a first prize, round trips for 2 via TWA jet to New York to Disneyland, California, or New York, to your choice. Well, they're assuming all the readers live in New York. Is it just me, or is that dog green? Maybe I need lights on here. Win a big prize. Can you name the 6 foreign countries these pictures stand for? Can you? Let's see. I don't know. Oop. Yes, indeed. It's a romance comic, all right. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna give it a new bag. Fuck this bag. Fuck it in this. My Secret Life. My Secret Life, indeed. Okay. Well. Mysteries of Unexplored Worlds, featuring the Son of Vulcan. Is it lunchtime? Mysterious suspense. We got to get through this box. We have to get through this box. It is an imperative. Ooh, what a cool mystery in space cover. Number 90. That would look good on a comic wall. It presents well. It presents well, and so does this one. It presents even weller. This is the wellest presenting comic I've ever seen. I mean, this hero is completely forgotten. Far more than Metamorpho, the multi-alien. Why don't they bring back the multi-alien? Watch it happen next month. I used to, on my Facebook page, as Gratu, Gratu was supposed to be this little space alien, and I would talk in broken English because the space alien didn't speak English very well, because that's about as serious as I ever took Facebook. And I used a little picture of the Scuzz Fink model kit, the Big Daddy Roth Martian Fink, right? So I used to always be talking about how borax and how great it tastes, and just nothing borax. And then that TV show Supernatural, like the next year, they started doing all this stuff about borax, like something to kill some kind of monster or something. And I swear several people have said, somebody that watches your page, got that idea. They said, well, they took your borax idea because that's just way too coincidental for you to be going on and on about borax. And then all of a sudden it becomes a big plot point in that show. And, your friend used to work in Hollywood, and some of his friends are friends. And I say, well, it's not like I invented borax or anything. It could be a coincidence, but then maybe not. I think New Gods #1 is I think it's a key issue. Who gives a shit? I'm going to put a board in it. It's the keesiest of keys. It is a beautiful cover. And I think in reprints they recolor it so you don't have the red on there. It's more, I don't know, they recolor it and color it wrong from what I've heard. And this is New Gods number, I think it says 5. So we're going to put a board in this one too. I just wish, I don't know, I wish that he had been treated better by Marvel, and that he had never left Marvel, but I don't know. But apparently his family is getting pretty handsomely paid now by Disney, from what I understand. Okay, this is New Gods number 9. It's amazing to actually have backing boards. Feel like a king having supplies again. Oof, boy. You should see. Here's my. I'm laughing because I'm looking at my prop pile here. It's just it's insanity. You got a poodle, a bunch of severed hands, a magnifying glass, and this is I've got all the bags I've been throwing that I will dispose of later. Sometimes I start laughing and you don't know why, so I figure I might as well show you my world. Welcome to my world. Won't you step on in? Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Let's see, I have filed Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. under N. I don't know if that's correct. This is a Christmas issue, but I have 2 copies of it, and the other one is with the Christmas issues. 11. Let me seal this up. I can't find the tape. This fucking box is a little tight. Number 12. Yeah, Blue Sky's still out. Blue skies shine on me. This is like something you're supposed to read in school. It's given to teachers to teach from. Oh my gosh, this needs a backing board for sure. The Purple Claw. So we got an old comic here. So, and this is going to require opening up. So we get to see an old comic, and it's good that you stuck around 1 minute, 1 hour, 41 minutes, and 34 seconds, because now you're going to get to see. This is probably some people would call this Golden Age, some would call it Atom Age or Atomic Age. I think it's probably, what would you think, about 1952? That's my guess. Let's take a look and see. One of these weird comics where you open it up and it just adds, even on the first page. Oh, at one point this was sold for $2. And that was probably a lot of money at the time. The Purple Claw. Okay, so where's the the indica? It's over here. March. The light is not bright enough. March 1953. A very good year. Yeah, anyway, it's a comic book. Yeah, how about that? How about that one? Ooh. Old Christmas decorations. They used to sell asbestos to put on your Christmas tree. I swear to God, to make it look like snow. So, as much as I love the 50s, that's the one thing I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. Okay, where's the bag I had this? Oh yes, it was in a MyLite. I'm just gonna insert a board into its original bag. Something about the sounds of people screaming in pain that was wonderful on a Saturday morning. The sounds of Democrats. Purple Claw. Democrats hearing that. Great if Trump was able to come back in. If they just say, hey, we give up, we're fucking things up too bad. Popeye New Terry Tunes. So why was Purple Claw there if we're still in the ends? It was in the wrong place. Oh, but this should be in the Christmas. I found another Christmas issue. So this goes down with the Christmas stuff. Cool. And that'll take one comic out of this box, which is too tight. Oh, we're coming up to Not Brand Echh. Nightmare. The Galloping Ghost. Okay. I think I'm going to take some comics out of the back of this box so that, and move them to the next. We're getting up into the S's by the end of the box, so that's good. That's real good. That's real good. That's real good what you did. Real good. Don't send me out to the cornfield. That's real good. It's real good that you turned him into a Jack-in-the-Box. Real good. Alright, so possibly one of the greatest joys of my life, along with wacky packages, all kinds of things that are wonderful, but this comic book is just great. Not Brandak, was Marvel's attempt to do the EC Harvey Kurtzman comic book mad, making fun of their own heroes at first, and then they branched out and made fun of the heroes from DC and Gold Key and Magnus Robot Fighter and the Thunder Agents and stuff. But see, here they're starting to branch out and do Batman. And Marie Severin did a lot of art. Jack Kirby, but Marie Severin, of course, was her brother John Severin worked on the original Mad, and Marie Severin did all the coloring for the original EC comics. So, I've got multiple copies of a lot of these. And I've shown these to you before, but we're going through the complete set of everything I've got in here, so we're getting to see them again. They're great. There were 3 issues. They've been reprinted in a Marvel Masterworks edition. There was a comic that was out for maybe 3 issues called Crazy around 1972, before the magazine that Marvel did called Crazy. And it reprinted several issues of it, but it's real easy to build and run because I think there's only 12, maybe 14 issues. And the first issue's starting to get up a little pricey, but they're affordable. This one needs a backing board, so I'll open it up. And see, I try to do the Captain Strangelove technique, which is to do this, to fold the tape over. And it's kind of hard because I'm not very coordinated, but see, you pull it down like this, all right, and then you pull this one down. He showed this a few years ago on one of his videos. And you pull this down, and then you open it up, and you don't ever have to worry about tape getting stuck to your comic. And I thought, that's brilliant. But if you don't fold it just right, and then some of the stickiness will get stuck to the comic behind it, and it'll be annoying. Okay, so you got an X-Men parody in here, and looks like Daredevil. So there's the splash page, but let's you got Gene Colan making fun of himself. So, just from a distance, it looks like, the Daredevil comic, but it's a parody, and it's just great stuff. So I highly recommend it. And and there's a Submariner parody in here too. He was the Sunk Mariner, right? Yeah, Prince No More, the Sunk Mariner. And you got this great double page ad with the Saturday morning lineup: Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, the Beatles, George of the Jungle. Can you imagine? I think, what was the lineup this morning? Absolute on ABC, precisely nothing, right? And here's the X-Men parody. Who's the artist in this? I think I officially need new batteries in my atomic magnifying glass. I guess Tom Sutton is the artist. this is doesn't get much better than that, folks. I don't know what this is that I'm signing. I feel like Joe Biden. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, my gosh. Well, so... Oh. I don't think this board is going to fit into that mylight. Because, I don't know. Why is... This is a Silver Age bag. Possibly. But I'm not going... I'm going to put this into a Silver Age. Even though it was in a mylight, I'm going to put it in a regular... To just give it a little more room. Like that. I'll reuse that mylight on something appropriate. Anyway, that's not Brendeck number 4. So we move to number 5. Number 6, for some reason, it's great, but I only have one copy of number 6 for some reason. Number 7 is probably my favorite, with the Superman and the Fantastic Four parody, and the Fantastic Four parody in here is panel for panel. It's panel for panel. I'll show you a parody of Fantastic Four number 1, and it's done by Kirby. So he's, you could tell he had his original. He was looking at the original comic, and he was parodying. He did a parody of every panel. Just a brilliant thing. And then the Superman parody is done by Marie Severin, and she's one of my favorite artists of all time. It's got a stamp on it. This was in a barber shop at some point. See, it says on there something barber shop. Just so you wouldn't steal it. You're supposed to read it at the barber shop. Damn. So if you've seen a reprint, or maybe you actually own the original first issue of the Fantastic Four, you'd recognize this. So you got James Bond there as a policeman, and it's just great, you know. We've got actually, well, it's Jack Kirby is redoing it, but wait. Well, Marie Severin is doing the art. Now, I don't know if Marie Severin is just like looking at, look at this art. I don't know if Marie Severin just was using Jack Kirby's original Fantastic Four, or I don't know if Kirby actually worked on this, or if it's just they're giving him credit because they're doing it panel by panel. I don't know. But, I mean, look at this. I mean, you gotta get, I don't understand why people don't appreciate this comic. Oh, there it is. Noel's Barbershop. Where was it at? 4538 Kenny Road near Henderson. And there's the phone number. Huh. Is that what it says? 4508 Kenny Road. I'm going to find that on my wife's tablet. Okay, so 4508 Kenny Road. 4508 Kenny Road. It says near Henderson, so I guess that's Dallas. It didn't say it, but I'm guessing. Dallas, Texas. North Dallas. Okay. I'm going to find the barber shop this was located in. Okay. How do I go to the photo, the street view? No, thank you. Let me type. I know nothing about computers. These modern 4508 Kenny Road, Dallas, Texas. It said near Henderson. Is that near Henderson? It must be this. Okay, I'll put in Street View. We may not finish this box today, folks, but we'll finish it tonight. I guarantee you. Oh, maybe. Could it be Waco? How the hell do you do this? I mean, I could do it on my laptop. It's super easy, but... Street View. What is it called? Google Earth? I typed in Street View. Google Street View. Okay. It's so complicated. Remember on the back of... Remember in 20th century... Remember in 2001 A Space Odyssey, the astronauts on the moon had these things? Not amazing that Stanley Kubrick was able to predict that. Okay, Google Street View, open. I think I'm having to download the app or something. The application. Okay, 4508. 4508. No. These buttons are so small for my 4508. Kenny Road. Yeah, shit. Dallas. It should be so easy. Except it's in Spanish. My wife speaks Spanish. Now the computer is saying Acceptar. Yes, Acceptar. It sounds like a monster. Acceptar. Acceptar it already. It's just spinning. Come on, Acceptar it already. Espacio, Acceptar. Nothing works. Maybe if I try DuckDuckGo, a real search engine, it'll work. $45.08. Kenny Road. It's in remarkable good condition for a comic that was in a barber shop for kids to read. It must have been the comic that the kids were not interested in. Kenny Lane, Dallas, Texas. Open map. Okay. Satellite. I think it's gonna work, folks. Oh yeah. Look at this. I'm gonna to find it yet. Where did that thing go? I don't know. This looks like a residential area. What? It's always... This is someone's house, I think. Maybe it's not Dallas, because other towns could have a Henderson. Maybe it's in Waco. Waco, indeed. This is called ADD. You get distracted by things. And I'm determined to find the picture of this building that if it's still there, that used to have a barber shop that used to contain this comic. Kenny Road. Waco. Waco. Remember David Koresh when he was holed up near Waco, the crazy preacher that Bill Clinton's had burned out of there. They would sell T-shirts when like tourists that went by there, where he and all of his followers were holed up inside his compound, and one said Waco. And it said, "Weird asshole, come out." A friend of mine collected all those shirts. I always thought that was funny. Okay. Are you near a street called Henderson? Nah, that's someone's house too. I'll tell you what, I'll find this out. I will discover a picture. I'll show you in a future episode. But anyway, I didn't show you the Superman story. Yeah, this is Maurice Severin. All the different super relatives. It has just wonderful Maurice Severin art. But the highlight, there's a stamp on the back too. See, that's what I was trying to find. Knowles Barbershop. Did I type in the address right? No, I didn't, did I? Can't tell. Oh, it's 4508 Kenny Road. That's I gotta try it again. The last panel, it's a full page panel. All the Marvel heroes arrive. Was I typing in 4508? Was I typing 4508? Oh, I love that little picture of the Fantastic Four. They call them the Fantastical Four. It's got a little sink there on the side. And there's Nipper, the RCA dog. It says his master's voice, and he's listening to the Victrola, and he's hearing his master singing or talking on the record. You see it on all the old RCA record labels. The dog was called Nipper, and and it just seems, that's heartwarming. The dog is recognizing his master's voice. The original painting from which that comes, the dog is sitting on a coffin, and that Victrola is on top of the closed casket, and he's listening to the voice of his master, who's no longer alive. So if you ever see the original picture, it turns from heartwarming into depressing. What was it again? 4508 Kenny Road, near Henderson. What if I type in Knowles Barbershop? I mean, I know it's no longer existing, but What if someone somewhere on the internet talks about Noel's Barbershop in some nostalgic memory? It might show up. Yeah, I typed in 4508 Kenny Road. I just don't. Oh, the dog. The cat came back and shit again. We've been on so long. Ooh, that's pungent. This may have to cause me to wrap up this episode. I shouldn't say the word shit. Pooped. Ooh, that's a powerful, powerful. 4508 Kenny Road, Noel's Barbershop. I put Barber Hop. Kenny's Barbershop closed, Silver Spring, Maryland. Maybe it's in Maryland. I hope this music, these sound effects aren't bothering my wife who's asleep in the room below us. If so, I could be in big trouble here in a bit. Kenny's Barbershop. No, that's on University Boulevard. No, I don't want Kenny's Barbershop. I want Noel's Barbershop. Oh, all right. Trust me, I'll find it. Let's finish this. It's good that this episode of the Grot to Orloff program is not brought to you in smell-o-vision. Yeah, but not Brandeck number 7. You need to get a copy of that. If you don't own it, you ain't shit. No, you need to get it because it's, I don't know. Maybe you've got to first read it when you're 10 or 8 to fully appreciate it, but that's why I've got so many copies of it. This is another copy. I traded for, in 4th grade, I traded a friend for a really beat up copy of Crazy, the comic book that reprinted these stories, those 2 stories, that issue. And, I mean, it was in terrible, like awful condition, but I read it over and over again, and it was just so wonderful. And so when I got these original copies, I was very happy. If you go back about a month or 2, I showed these all not Brandeck comics. So I remember Felix Maldonado was wanting to see them. One of the regular viewers. This is when it went to giant size. It wasn't quite as good when it went to giant size. It started to branch out and do parodies of movies like, you know, Bonnie and Clyde, and it wasn't just a strict comic book parody thing anymore. It was still good, but you know, I mean, look at that. And another one of the greatest covers ever, Marie Severin. I mean, just brilliant. There's the King Kong cover. Another King Kong cover. Okay, this is issue 12. I think this is the last issue of the run. No, there's another one. I think there's 2 more. 13. Or maybe this is the last issue. Oh, wait, I got more Nick Fury issues here. Okay. Not Brent. I is before O. So these Nick Fury issues need to go before Not Brent X. Here's get a backing board for that. I have not watched last night's WandaVision yet. I'm going to wait for my wife on that. It's the 4th episode. Nick Fury. Oh, these are earlier. So, New Gods, 5, 14. We'll look at the rest later. I gotta get rid of that. Oh, that light's still on. Gotta get that damn smell. Horrific. All right. Let's start wrapping this episode up. Okay. Gotta turn these lights off because part of building the country back better is saving electricity. I want Joe Biden to be proud of me. Come on. There we go. I need to get the clapper. You know, remember that commercial for old people? You just clap your hands and it turns all the lights off. Because it would make it easier for me to get to this green light. What? Holy shit. Get out of my way, Nixon. All right. One more light. Okay. Then we have lights on in the other room. I gotta turn those off. Yeah, come back up and get that turd. Okay. Ah, shit. Okay. Okay. Be seeing you.